let's start here. So this is going to be my like web browser. Okay. What I want to do is emulate myself. So right now, if you look at my overlay, right, there's like a SVG element like this. So this is like, you know, put it there. Well, that's fine. We can always move it. So this is like a, I don't even know what you would call it, like wrapper. Right. That's what this thing is. And then it says like, you know, followers and subscribers M. Okay. And then we have our little snail. See if I can draw the little snail. So it's kind of like, do I group all this stuff together? Can I? Group. Okay. Then we'll resize this, right? Our little logo goes there or whatever. Cool. So there's the basically this thing. And then we're going to have over here, we're going to have a Yesod backend, which we'll draw maybe some more stuff in here in a second. This. And then we're going to have like what is this called? Event stream? Event stream MDN? Event source? Event source. Okay. So the backend is going to tell the front end to do stuff, and then maybe like you move the snail. So, you know, accept requests from viewers to do actions. Okay. And then that will send a message to move the snail, and then the snail would move. That's kind of the idea. So if you, let's say you're a follower, then maybe a follower can put a new snail on the screen, or a subscriber can like shoot lasers at the other snails on the screen. I don't know, something like that. And so that's kind of the general idea is I want to be able to like accept requests from viewers to do things. The other thing that we want to be able to do is so over here, you know, we're going to have like Twitch. And oh, actually, wait, I got to move that because you can't see it here. All right, and then Twitch is going to, let's say, send webhook when someone follows. Okay. So in that case, then we're going to have an arrow which goes directly from here to here. Right. And then accept webhooks from Twitch and do action. Right. So then we'll send another event message upwards to the web browser to like say, the Joker followed. So kind of the idea. Okay. Does that kind of make sense? That's what we're going to build. Any questions on that? So I think the interesting part is getting this to go first. Like I want to be able to like describe, hey, so and so followed the stream. It doesn't need to be pretty at the moment. It just needs to be there. And by the way, like the other reason that I'm building this is that my current one is broken. -1 0. It also just says Daniel 42 a bunch of times. They've cheered and nothing followed. So my current one's completely broken. And so I would like to make one that I have more control over. So that's kind of the whole purpose. So this might have more things to do, but basically this is the idea. We have a front end and a Yesod back end. The front end is just going to be Yesod as well, because basically I've decided that all I'm going to do is display SVG. I'm not going to manipulate OBS at all. OBS has the ability to like pull in an overlay from the web. And so we can just have like that's actually how my current one works. So this thing that you're seeing, like these little shapes right here, are literally coming from a web browser. And that's how I get like so and so followed pop-ups that don't work anymore, or so and so subscribed. So right now none of that stuff is working. And I don't have any control over their website. If it doesn't work, like I can't fix it or anything like that. Not like it's an open source project. So I want to get that working again, and I want to do it myself. So the other thing is like maybe later on we can respond to like messages in chat, but I actually kind of like that it's not based on chat. I think that's kind of interesting and different than what other people are doing. Like, if you could just do a command in chat to move the snail, like what work do you have to do? Like there's no work involved. What if instead you have to log into my overlay with Twitch and then send curl requests to my overlay to move the snail? See what I mean? I think that could be fun. And it's a little different than what we're doing, right? Like most people are doing, which I think is interesting. So yeah, that's the plan. Let's save this. Export. Pluto. Just put it here for now. Okay. What will the communication over just event source? So there's this thing called event source, which is basically webhooks, but one unidirectional. So it's like just server sent events. So anytime we want to do something, whether it's like deal with a follower or a request from a viewer, we'll just like event source the message up, and then this thing is going to do is like draw the things that we tell it to draw. So there may be, like, for example, we don't really want to move this outer like thing around my camera, so that will just stay fixed. And probably the snail logo in the top corner will stay fixed. Followers and subscribers will stay fixed. This will stay fixed. But like, let's say you want to draw a snail on the screen, you can just draw a snail and then move the snail around the screen, and that will be just like a new item into the database. So like if I want to put a snail on the screen, I can just like insert something into the database, and then Yesod will have like a worker that looks for changes or messages or whatever, and then just sends them along to the web browser, something like that. That's kind of the idea so far. And the tool that I have, the SVG tool, will also do like animations. So we can do like fading in and fading out and stuff like that with names. So like you can imagine, right? Twitch sends webhook. We send an event message that says so and so followed, and then on the web browser, it'll just go, oops, sorry, person followed, and then it will pop away, right? And the animations we can control directly with JavaScript using a tool that I found earlier. So, yep, that's the plan. And there we go. So let's keep going. I want to try something. So we're going to do that. Move Pluto back. And then we're going to get this cookie cutter. So I have an idea. Yeah, sure. Doesn't really matter what we choose. Okay, so now we're gonna remove package.yaml, source, and test. Okay, and we're gonna copy from Pluto back package.yaml. What else? Source. Well, we can just use move. We want app. We want config. We don't need the cabal file. We have the package YAML file. We need static. We need templates, and we need test. Okay. Now, in package YAML, default Nix, shell Nix, E. We don't want this. We want 8.10.7. Okay. And so now we should have default Nix, shell.nix. Okay, let's look at these. We have hpack niv. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then somewhere in here, I thought it had the Docker thing in here. Maybe there is a way to do that, which I don't remember what it is. Thought he had Docker stuff in. But that's not even in the default Nix, so how would you do that? I don't know. Anyway, we should be able to vim nrc use Nix here and allow. What happened with the Docker stuff? I'm confused. Because I'm pretty sure that used to be in here. So where did it go? Oh, because I don't have an executable, there's no thing in here. Okay. So we need to get that. Okay, I understand now. And then that way we can just have the Docker build here potentially. And then we can see if we can actually build it, which would be pretty sick. Okay, now that's cached. Cool. And then we need to put this in here. So we're going to put that there. And this is just the project name. So it's Pluto. And then we need to build image. Project name should be Pluto. And bin should be, oops, Pluto. Okay. And then down here, we're going to inherit Docker. Like that. I think. I shouldn't really have to do anything. Okay. Git ignore env dot dear env. Okay. So now we're in a Nix shell. So we should be able to hpack dot cabal build. Why is that failing? What was it 149? I mean, I don't really care. Kind of funny to me. App devel. Did this fail? I don't think it failed. So Cabal run. Failed. Oh, it's complaining. I see. It's complaining on some line. Line 9. Okay. So load app devel. Done that. Update. Okay. So what does this build then? So looks like we have that. So what? Okay, I'm a little confused at the moment. So let's build the Docker container, I guess. And see if we can do that. So it's going to be Nix build -a Docker capital A. How do we do the Docker stuff? Result. Okay, so it's just going to build. Okay, so vim test import. We're going to just remake the tests later because this does not really work. So what's in our I don't really understand how to do this. So what we could do is just like take app and then just do nothing for now. and then say like we need to do this later. Just so this thing doesn't complain. I think the test will fail, but like who cares? Yeah, this is unnecessary. Raw execute. Okay. Totally fine. So first we create db Pluto test. It failed because the thing doesn't exist, not because it actually failed. Oh, okay. So we're gonna put a big to do. Need to finish this function. But that should get us there. And now we can try to do our Docker build again. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Oh, well, it's not here that we want to do that. It's here. Just static executables Nix skip test. This isn't very helpful. Disable them with don't check. Is there, do we just wrap this with I'm just guessing. I have no idea. So for people who just hopped in, basically what we're trying to do is build a Docker image of our Nix build. And we're trying to skip the tests because it doesn't really have any access to uh, stuff and things. Wow. So in here, oh, the result is like a single file. So if we, sorry, usually it's like a directory, but this is literally the Docker image. Whoa, Pick, hey, welcome to the stream. It's really nice to see you. We were actually checking out your real world Yesod example earlier today, just a minute ago. Right now we're experimenting with Docker and Nix because I think that I'm going to try to deploy this thing onto Heroku, and I have a default.nix which looks like this and basically just like ignores checking this thing. And let's see if the Docker image actually runs. I don't think that it will, but uh let's see. So if we try to load this thing, what's it gonna do? Okay. Um how do you use Docker? I don't even remember. How do we run an image? Docker run image. I think it's just Docker run, right? Image. Do we need to say anything? We probably need to say like to expose a port, right? Port expose. Okay. So we're going to run this. We're going to expose 3000. Oh, maybe I have to put this before. Oh, I see. Okay, so this is actually running the executable, but it's failing to find stuff because we probably need to add it. But we don't have Git yet. So let's do that. Um, I think we add. And then I think it's probably fine. Is I need to be able to include these directories. I think that you can just like add them. So how do we, but they're like in Git, so like why are they not part of, I don't know, let's rebuild Nix build Docker and see if anything changes. I don't think it's going to change. Because, like, the actual assets need to be in the container. Where is this thing? This. I don't think anything's going to change here, but yeah, so it's still looking for static. So static is here, and it's got some stuff in it that we need to include inside the container, and we need to be able to get its contents. So, like, how does that work? We're gonna have to look into Docker tools. Docker tools build image. Okay. So that's our command. That's totally fine. Reference documentation for Docker tools. Okay, here we go. So all right, so we can say name is Pluto, and there's run as root and extra commands. Run as root. Extra command. Ah, here we go. Yeah, this looks good. Okay. So we want to go extra commands. Make dir dot slash data copy dash r dot slash static to data. And then down here we do working dir data. Like that. Maybe. So dir env reload and then Docker, or sorry, something like this. We'll see how this goes. I also think that we need to copy other stuff, but this is just like if we can get this to work and we can get like slightly further. Like I think, well, actually no, because I think our config is baked in at compile time. So the only thing that we need to read at runtime is stuff from inside static, I think. Oh, also we can go back to just static executables. It goes a lot faster if you just do that. I think if you don't write just static executables, it's copying like a crap ton of stuff into there. Interesting. So now we do Docker load, Docker run this. Um, right, Stack Overflow is dead. Can I do this? To see what's in there, maybe? Hmm. Contents. Yeah, right? It's kind of unfortunate because, like, I don't know how to, like, look a lot of this stuff up, but we're making progress, I guess. It's just, like, I've never worked with the Docker images in Nix before, and, like, I don't have the tooling that I need to make this work, you know? So we're hoping hopefully we can get it from here. Well, we don't need hello, obviously, but we probably want bash and core utils. Let's just real quick. Basically, what we're trying to do is see if what I think is in this image is actually there. And if it is, then at least we can like have an idea about that, you know? This does work with Cabal Run, so like that's okay, but I really need this to work in a Docker container so that I can deploy this thing later. And that's kind of the harder part. Why is it running dirhams twice? Okay, so now we need to load this thing. And then we want to try to run this thing, bin bash. Okay. So That didn't do anything? Extra commands? Let's try this, maybe? There's also like run as root in here somewhere. This just makes a directory data, but the idea here is that this is a volume that you're mounting to. We don't want to mount data. We want to like actually have that data in the container. Okay, so we just did this, so we should just be able to build another container. At least it's fast. Like if I had to build the entirety of Python over and over again, that would be really problematic. It'd be super cool if we can get this to work. The next really hard part is going to be getting this thing to communicate with Postgres, probably. No idea what it's doing right now. Okay. So we load it. Oops. And we try to see if that thing is there. It's there. It's not in the right directory. I don't know. Maybe something like this? What's weird is I don't even see bin. So, like, where were we? Oh, we were in data. That's why. That's why. Okay, so this is data slash static. Ooh, we're getting somewhere. So we do have to reload this time. We're gonna have to clean up all of these things. Hopefully, DFH. Oh no, we're okay. I was afraid that maybe like building all these Docker containers was going to be a problem. I guess they're only 70 megabytes because it's only including like a very small amount of stuff. So if we ran pwd inside that container, I think we would have been in, oh, this failed. We need to rename it. How do you, am I dumb? Isn't it? No. That doesn't work. There should only be one. So maybe this will work. It's tricky because I don't know the hash. Oh, maybe I can get the hash. Okay, so Nix REPL A equals /static. Okay, I get it. Let A equals quote $, /static, close that. We don't need this. Right, this needs to be an A. I'm so dumb. So let is like let in, so that doesn't work. So you need to do it like this. And then this thing should have how do we get the hash of that thing? Get hash from directory in Nix. Hash path? No, that's definitely not it. Okay, I don't know how to do it. So like this thing doesn't have this thing is just like a string. So I'm not sure how you get this from it. Like what I need is not the full path, but I need this. And I don't really know how to do that. So let's see. Actually, can we nix split string by character? Split string dot. Okay, so if we split string slash from A, packages. Okay. So do I have split string now? Okay. So we need this, and then we could lib dot split string A. Okay. And then how do we get the last thing from it? Get last element from list Nix lists. Tail length is list elem at. Okay. So this is in lib, also lib last. Nice. Okay. So let okay, and then file name is with packages lib. Oops. I can't go there. Lib. Then we say last split string static. And then we can just copy this thing. And then now we have this nice file name. And then we can just move that to static. Look at us. Look at us go. I also imagine we can just write static in here like this. Because we've already stored it into the Nix store here. Let's try this. So we have to reload. And now we do, what is it? Nix build Docker. Man, I think we're pretty close, which is good because I'm getting really tired. Do 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 do. What's there? I'm confused. Let's just do this. Is it not the whole file name or the whole cache name? It should be like whatever that was, K something. Should write it down, huh? But I thought it was like the whole thing. Maybe it's only the first 6 characters. This should work anyway. Okay, and then Nix, or sorry, Docker load and Docker run it, this bin bash Oh. Oh. Yeah, we can just put // in here, like, that's totally fine. And then I think it's copying the stuff from inside because I don't have a trailing slash, I think. Oh, don't I also need make dir? Apparently I don't. Okay, we're so close. Come on. So, Nix build. Ugh. Dang it. Should have just left this. Knew it. Knew it. I need to be done very shortly, so I gotta start making dinner. But we're gonna get past this error, I swear. We just need to see what the file name is. I'm a little confused at how it's not what I think it is. Okay, so it's loaded the image. So now we Docker load the thing. And then we Docker run it this bin bash. No, why is it doing that now? I think that should work if I do. I'm not doing star. So why is it doing this? I don't think that would make a difference, but apparently it does. So build this thing. Is that trailing slash really necessary? Oh, I know why this is. It's because I'm not making the directory first. So I need to make dir data, then do this, and then I can move it. But if that's the case, then I might as well just write this, right? Because that should just do what I just did. Why am I being dumb right now? So this copied lib blah blah blah. No, I need the whole directory. That's why this is wonky. Okay, so we're gonna copy static to this. Then it's gonna have the right file name. Okay, I think I understand now. I'm just being really, really dumb. Okay. And we'll check it real quick, but I'm pretty sure that this is gonna work the way I expect it to. I deleted the make dir earlier for some reason. I don't remember why. But now we should have the right things. The other thing is, like, once we're done with this, we can also remove the contents completely because we don't really need bash in there. Although maybe it's nice to have bash if we want to poke around with something. I don't know what we would need to poke around with though. Okay, so Docker load result, Docker run it, the image bin bash. ls. And then this is that file name. So now we can just move that file name to /static. And then Nix build. We're so close. Swear. At least at this step. The next step is going to be like, we need to like expose ports, probably, because we need to be able to go read from Postgres at some point. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to deal with that. Also, I think it needs libpq, so we're going to have to include that. But I think that because we're doing with packages, we can just include pq, so that should be okay. And then docker load, and then docker run it, this thing, bin bash, ls static, and we have the things we need. So then we should be able to just docker run this thing. Perfect. Okay, cool. So there we go. That's actually really good. Libpq is failing because it doesn't have like a network. So five, 4, 3, 2, or well, yep. So we do have this thing running. So the next thing we need to do is expose this port. It's not exposing, right? It needs to read it. So we need to look at yeah. So how does Redis like deal with itself? Exposed port. I'm a little confused here because it's not like exposed ports, right? How does... Okay, here we go. Config contents from image tag name. So Docker tools, Nix, allow local host traffic. Okay, that's the build. That's fine. This isn't using Docker build though. So this is like, I want to reach in, but like I want the Docker image to reach out. Oh, maybe this is just like a Docker thing. Docker run allow local traffic. 4 ways to connect. Okay, maybe this is too old. Networking using the host network. Okay, so the RM option means remove the container once the exit stops. The D flag means start the container detached in the background. Network host. Okay. So we basically want all this stuff, except we want to remove the -D because we don't really care about it being detached. And we want to run the name this one, I think. Maybe we get rid of name. Okay, cool. So we're getting closer. So we have to also get the config. So that's going to come from config. And then we need the static file name. And we need, the config file name. We can also write a function by saying get file name is equal to file name : this, I think. And then we can just say okay. So then we'll copy our config and we'll move static file name to there and config file name to here. The other question is, do we have these things defined? We do. So I think we have to change this later, but like not a big deal. So dir env reload. We are making progress. Look at us go. Then we Docker. No. We first build. Cannot stat. X : oh, we actually have to use this thing. So this is a function that takes one input, the file name, and then just passes it like that. So reload. I just wrote static, and obviously that's not going to work. And then basically when we get this thing done, we'll just connect it to the only thing that's a little awkward about this is the env. Okay. So now we docker load, and then we docker run this thing on the host. Okay. Now, I don't think we're going to be able to hit it. Wait. Oh, because I'm using the local network. There you go, folks. We're now using the local network and the local Postgres installation, and we're running inside a Docker container. We did it. It's not perfect, obviously, but we just need to like have a better way to define the network and also the environment, because I think it's a little awkward. It's going to be a little awkward when we get to the point where we want to specify specifically like how to connect to Postgres, because we don't really want to write env equals whatever in here. So we need to like tell Docker to get that